Something I haven't had to do in a seaplane before. Put water ballast in the aft compartment of the floats for weight and balance reasons. It's taking its time. I've got to just put like a slow trickle to get it in there. But I'm about to go up. G-Dram. Dusty. If I can, I'm really keen to get home tonight. I've now done all of the checks on G-Dram, pumped out the floats, done the weight and balance. I think we may need to get some fuel in, and I don't want to rush what I'm doing in that, but once that's done, if there's time to get home tonight, 2 hours to get back to Dunkeswell, and I'd much rather do that than spend another night away from home. Let's see what happens. So I'm sitting in the training room here at Preflight, waiting with my instructor so we can go into the seaplane revalidation. But I was just reflecting on this morning's flight from Benbecula to Prestwick and why I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I don't know if it'll make it into the edit, but I did not say a word for most of that flight until I'd crossed the water and I got through all the weather. I knew I was going to make it to Prestwick. I was ultra quiet, ultra focused. Now with the prospect of a 2-hour flight from Prestwick back down to Dunkeswell this evening through 3 lots of controlled airspace, that feels like an absolute doddle. No nerves at all. Absolutely fine with that. And I think it's the combination of open water, mountains, and low cloud. I think large spaces of open water, so you want to be high. You can't be high because there's low cloud. And you also have to cross some quite high terrain with the low cloud as well. And yeah, that was a nerve. I wasn't anxious, I was nervous. I really was nervous, but I got to the airfield really early and spent lots of time prepping. I had a lovely long chat with the guy in the tower, the controller in the tower. Really good chat with him. And actually felt quite relaxed and ready for the flight when it happened. And I took off the minute the airport opened. There were some decisions to make about what route to take because there was some low cloud and some high ground. And yeah, it felt like a tough flight. I just missed the touchdown. So in the end of the 3 missions today, getting off Benbecula, getting my seaplane revalidation done and getting home, only 1 got done. It's 8:30 and I've just got into a hotel near Prestwick Airport. Combination of things, weather, I won't bore you with it, but I'm now in a hotel, which is a very cheap hotel, £52, including dinner and breakfast. And because I was late for the dinner, they even decided to make me dinner and leave it in my room for me, which is not bad. And then tomorrow, seaplane rating revalidated, get home to Devon. So either this hotel's very empty or I'm very late for breakfast, but 8 AM isn't that late, is it? Mission number 2 accomplished. Seaplane license revalidated for 2 years. Mission number 3, get home from Prestwick to Dunkeswell, but look at the weather. It's just clag. It's supposed to be VFR conditions, it doesn't look like it. But I really want to get home tonight, so hope this is going to pass through and I can fly.
Travel far to get here?
It's a long story.
Oh no.
I'm a pilot. I got stuck on the island of Benbecula by that storm for 6 days. I got in from there yesterday to Prestwick and I was supposed to be flying myself back to Devon tonight, but the weather closed in.
Oh jeez,
I've been away from home for 2 weeks and I really wanted to be home yesterday.
No, I hate
and
that.
then today, so now hopefully tomorrow morning.
Fingers crossed.
But last night I got to experience the Adamton Hotel. It's good to be reminded sometimes. You know.
Yeah, I've heard some stories. I've never stayed there myself for obvious reasons, but yes, I've heard some stories.
Yes. Compared to my hotel last night, which was a proper shithole. This is nice. So much nicer than last night. 2 missions down, 1 to go. So far I'm only managing to do 1 mission per day. Does the car company Uber work in Prestwick? Do you know?
Yes it does, but you're probably better getting, I can give you a card.
Okay, lovely. How long do they take to turn up?
It just depends how busy they are. You should be alright because it's not a weekend,
Okay.
so maybe 10 minutes.
Lovely, thank you. Do you think maybe you're a bit softer in your old age?
Definitely softer, yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't become a dad till I was 43. And
I was 31.
yeah, that's young, isn't it? It's quite young. Well, I suppose it's not that young, but... No. But, I mean, I would have been a terrible dad at 31.
Was it yesterday? I picked up a couple.
I landed behind a 747 yesterday. That was fun, a cargo 747.
For taxi, you can, if you're there, you could they usually like us to go out via Zulu 1
Yeah.
out and Zulu 2 in.
Yeah.
But you can, from there, you can actually, you're meant to request Zulu 2 if you want to leave via that one, and it's fine. It's only us that come in and out of here.
Okay.
So you can request Zulu 2, and the one today, you might actually want to use the short runway.
Yeah.
Maybe 2-1.
Came into land yesterday and had to do an orbit to land behind a 747. On a different runway, but we crossed his final approach above and behind him, obviously, for the wake vortex, but it was amazing to see that landing from the air. Got max power, T's and P's good, airspeed increasing. Number 20 Sierra, Dunkeswell.
Number 20 Sierra, roger, it's a basic service.
Roger, basic service 20 Sierra. That's Lamdin, where I was doing my seaplane revalidation training yesterday. But the weather wasn't as good as this. 6 water takeoffs and landings there yesterday. Brilliant fun. Yeah, I didn't film yesterday's seaplane revalidation flight because it was quite challenging. It was only the second time I've ever flown an amphibious seaplane, which has an added dimension of risk, which is doing water landing with the landing gear down, which automatically will cause you to flip upside down and sink in the water. I just didn't want any other distractions, and it was also important to pass the skills test or the proficiency check that I did. So I got one tiny clip from inside the cockpit, but I didn't get to film it, sadly. Beautiful spot to be doing it. So once we cross this open water, which is the Solway Firth, there is high ground on the other side, it's the Lake District, and there's a 3,200 foot peak there. What I'm hoping is that the cloud base is going to allow me to fly through the valleys with very light winds, only 5 knot winds, 10 knot winds. So it'll be beautiful to fly through the valleys of the Lake District if the cloud base allows that. It's so bizarre, when I've got floats on underneath me, happy as Larry over open water, and when I haven't, I hate being over open water. God, it's tempting to go VFR on top, look at that. Decisions. I can't see what it's like underneath that cloud base. No. So the deciding factor is that I don't want to be VFR on top when over high terrain. What I wish is that my currency and ratings and qualifications allow me to climb up to flight level 10 all the way home. I've done that stuff before. But one of the other factors affecting my decision is that my autopilot, whilst working fine today, has failed me a couple of times in the last week or so for no reason I can understand. It wouldn't engage. And then it started working again. So I don't want that to happen if I'm in IMC. I could handle it, I just don't want to be in that situation. Yeah, and there's safe altitude to get over any of these peaks, so that's all good. Unlike last year when I came up here, and I was in these valleys kind of socked in. It was great. Great fun, exciting, really turbulent, windy and raining. But good VFR below the clouds, but it was an exciting flight. And if I remember to do that, I will link to that video here so you can see it, because it was a memorable trip, that one. You know, one of the things I wish about GA flying is that when you're in the moment like this, actually flying the plane, one man, one person, on their own, up at 4,500 feet, over the mountains, over the lakes, in a flying machine. I wish you could just stop having to think about all the flying and just take it in. Just take in the magic of what I'm doing right now. Actually, just saying this out loud is helping that happen. Now I want to find this experimental seaplane that's on Lake Windermere. At the southern end. I'll just show you what it says. NOTAM. There you go. Testing the seaplane aircraft within 3-mile radius. Robbins Point, Lake Windermere. Max height 150 feet AGL. I wonder if it's some kind of Ikranaplan. One of those aeroplanes that just flies in ground effect over water. It's always interesting seeing famous places from the air. Seeing the wider context of where they are. It's a beautiful place. Now, where is this weird seaplane? I can't see anything that looks like a seaplane down there. I was chatting with a pilot who's just got his commercial multi-engine instrument rating at Prestwick Airport, and he's flown DRAM a few times because he lives locally. He's kind of based there, and he referred to himself becoming another seaplane nutter. I thought that's a very good description of seaplane pilots. You have to be. You have to be a bit of a nutter to enjoy flying seaplanes. I thought maybe it would just be on a. Oh! Oh no, those are rowing boats. Negative seaplane sighting. Yeah, another decision. Do I try and stay up between the clouds to stay above the mats, or just get a matched zone transit, go a bit lower and go through it? Make it easier. Go through it. Underneath the clouds. Liverpool radar, November 1320 Sierra, squawking 5054.
1320 Sierra, Liverpool radar, good afternoon. Confirm altitude on Liverpool QNH 1022.
2,600 feet, QNH 1022, November 1320 Sierra.
November 20 Sierra, copied. It's basic service outside at the moment. We'll give you a zone clearance very shortly.
Roger, remaining outside, awaiting zone clearance, November 20 Sierra, thank you.
PZ53 Delta X-ray, descent to altitude 2,500 feet, VFR traffic 1,000 below that level.
2,500 feet. What's the attendance at traffic, PZ53 Delta X-ray?
Yeah, they're just about to join the circuit now. Just crossed the M56 motorway northbound.
Understood, PZ53 Delta X-ray.
1320 Sierra, clear to cross controlled airspace. Routes from the Kirby VOP and initially no further south than the M62 motorway, not above altitude 2,400 feet to keep you below Manchester airspace.
Cleared into Liverpool controlled airspace, not above 2,400 feet via Kirby, no further south than the M62 initially, November 20 Sierra. I just need to familiarise myself with where the M62 is.
About 4 miles north of the field, it's east to west motorway.
Roger, cleared not south of M62, 2,400 feet or below 20 Sierra.
35, kilo point taxi.
But if you can see that,
holding point.
just about to land, that orange and white EasyJet, close to the river there. EasyJet that just landed, taxiing onto stand. Just coasting out from Cardiff, across the Bristol Channel. A beautiful day. And only 20 minutes to run. Cardiff Stadium down there. I don't suppose they get Amazon deliveries down there. That's Flat Holm Lighthouse, middle of the Bristol Channel. Imagine living there. That is Weston-super-Mare. Not quite sure why it's called that. November 20 Sierra, left base, runway 17, behind Romeo Yankee. Well, my noise cancelling just cancelled on me. It's really distracting, everything sounds completely different.
Final approach on a first line approach, go for me, Yankee.
20 Sierra, left base, runway 7, contact 1 ahead. Reds, greens, blues, flaps. Runway 17 confirmed. Landing light off, autopilot on. November 20 Sierra, final runway 17 to land full stop. 60 knots. And I'm home, just like that. 20 minutes ago I was still over Wales. But after a long flight like that, I really get to sort of let it sink in and enjoy it after the flight for a while. Like, I just flew from Scotland to England. That's a Hughes 500, isn't it? Someone once described those as the Porsche 911 of helicopters.